before the break, we had a very invigorating interview with our friends, Zach and Ty of the No Structure podcast. And now we're going to switch gears and transition into our hot topic, men and women in relationships.
Ooh.
Do we like this? All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I know I said I was going to be.
I like the radio voice. You got that down.
So when we were on the No Structure podcast, we talked about relationship related topics and definitely brought, our female perspective to the show. Sure. Today, we definitely want to do the same, but get your guys' perspective. And like Shantae said, we are always lacking it. And again, no shade to you, Benny. We love you. But first things first, and I think this is just a constant kind of conversation and it changes, but can men and women be platonic?
You want to start us off? You want me to start us off?
I'll start.
Okay, yeah.
So we've had this conversation
quite a few times, I think.
Yeah,
especially old episodes.
Right. And I feel like every time I answer pretty much the same, but I think right now I'm actually going to change it.
Ooh, I like this.
Growth.
Hey.
First of all, I feel like when someone asks that question, can men and women strictly be platonic? I'm going to say yes. And I'm just going off of the definition of the word. That's just acting friendly towards somebody. 100% you can do that. But I think the real question behind that is, can a guy and a girl be friends without one person catching feelings, right? That's the bottom line question. I don't think that that's possible. And what I mean by that, not necessarily saying that one person or one or the other wants to have a relationship, but if one or the other person allows the other person to, get it in, I feel like if the opportunity arises, they would capitalize on that. You know what I mean? I can't see it not. And the only way, I think we actually talked about this before, the only way that will not happen is if the person is unattractive. That's it. Only way.
That's fair. That is fair.
Or unless you have different sexual preferences. That
part.
I think. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, and I've said this before on the podcast, I think it depends on the way you meet, right? If I meet a girl in the club and I get her number, I'm obviously trying to bag her, right? There's sexual attraction there. But if I meet my friend's girlfriend and we become friends off of that, that's a completely different scenario. I have close friends that are girls that would never even be a possibility, only because I met them when they were dating one of my friends.
But if we're taking the obvious barriers that this person's in a relationship with your friend, that's right. A barrier. If you take that out, I feel if the opportunity arose, I feel it's still fair game. I said I feel so many times, forgive me. But fair game, or not even fair game, but
I feel like.
Yeah. But instinctually, your primitive response, this is what you're supposed to do. And that's why
right.
It seems as though you cannot avoid that.
What I was going to say is I really do appreciate your answer, because I feel like you summed up, I feel a little bit of everything. Yes, you can meet people and know that it's just going to be platonic because, like you said, no attraction or whatever. But you can also just meet someone of the opposite sex and aim to be platonic, but then, oh crap, I'm all of a sudden now developing these other feelings for someone. Sure. You can start off as platonic, but then it could always end up developing into something else, which I find with women, their whole thing is men generally approach them claiming that they want to be platonic friends, knowing that off the bat, that's not actually their intent.
But I don't think that's always true, because I've had this conversation with guy friends in the past where this is pre-marriage and all that stuff, where I'm just I really don't have any female friends. That's my goal. I want female friends. I just don't have any. You know what I mean? Because I feel it always got to that point. Where it's I don't want to get there. I just want to I want to have female friends that we can, have conversations that, me and my guys have, but it's from a female perspective. I wasn't well-rounded.
Because that's definitely needed for guys too.
100%.
You need that.
We're so blindsided.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like I say this a lot. I wish that some guys I wanted to ask a question that kind of goes to what I'm about to say, but like I wish that there were some guys that I've gotten involved with that honestly, like if it didn't work out, that we could stay friends. Because a lot of the times things don't end like with ill will or like we don't hate each other at the end of it. It like we weren't gonna date, you know. So I'm like, well, why can't we just be friends? Why can't we backtrack on our feelings, or not on our feelings, but like why can't we just do friendship then? Why does it have to be a all or nothing kind of deal? And so that's what I was going to ask is, do you think you can backtrack on that? So like say you enter in and you're like, oh, we're platonic. Oh, but now I've caught feelings. But you find out the other party isn't feeling you in that way. Can you back up and be like, okay, well, let's just be friends instead? Or do you
You
think that
c-
those feelings are always going to be there
I don't think
regardless?
you can't ignore your feelings, girl.
Yeah, I agree on that too.
But if you know it is what it is, like
Then
you
I
guys
probably
aren't going to be together.
sorry. I'm trying to give my answer. I'm like, I can't be friends with that person. If I like you, no. No.
You think it's because you're always gonna have in the back of your head hope to be with that person, and that's why you think that it's not uh, like a reasonable situation to be in.
I feel that.
I try not
Mhm.
to. I try not to because I wouldn't want anyone to like hold out hope for me. So for me, I would hate to act like somebody's friend, knowing that I like them more as a than as a friend. Because say if like they get involved with someone else, then I
Mhm.
still
Ooh.
I'm their friend now, but I still like them. And now I'm seeing them with someone else. I might start acting funny just because I'm in my feelings when we didn't
Yeah,
need
that's
to
rough.
be. Like.
Can I ask a question that's kind of branching off this?
Sure.
No
So,
structure.
This guy's going crazy out there. That's
so
weird.
Tay just said, you said if you were in a relationship, or yeah, if you're in a relationship with somebody and then you guys call it off, can you rewind it back and be friends? Right? I feel like that is something that should be, that's a fair thing to do. Like if you
I'm
guys
fr-
are doing that.
I'm friends
But
with my ex,
okay,
but
so
that's
let's say
rare.
you get into
See?
another relationship though,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh.
Is that okay? Like you're okay with it, obviously, because you and your ex have created the friendship dynamic and you guys know what it is at this point. But what if your new dude is in that situation with his ex? Like, is that okay?
I think I personally, like, if it were me, if I were friends with an ex and like there was a guy that was like I was dating and he was like, you're gonna have to cut that off. I might, I might cut it off.
Right,
I don't let
right.
people tell me what to do, but I don't know. I think it's a respect thing. And I think I would
I
understand because for me, if they were friends with their ex, I'd feel like,
right.
I'm not
You
comfortable.
feel away?
I
What
wouldn't
if
feel
they were
comfortable, I think.
Yeah.
what if they were
Not
No, I
broken
that.
agree.
up for
Yeah, it's not the
what if
way.
they were broken up for a long time? Like say they hadn't been together for a long like 3-4 years. They've been friends for
There's
three,
if
4 years,
they've been
all
sexually involved.
platonic.
Yeah, they have history.
Yeah, if they've been sexually like yeah,
Interesting.
sexually active with each other in the past, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'd
It's
have
just
to.
weird. I guess it's just a pride thing for guys. Like it would be an uncomfortable feeling to know that
Well,
like
because
Yeah.
my girl is hanging out on a consistent basis with somebody that she used to have either was in love with or had sexual relations with. Like either there's feelings or there's sexual chemistry there, and that would be weird for me
And more
personally.
than
But
likely, they'd want you to hang out with them. And I'm
well,
just
see,
not that cool.
that's the other thing. You saying consistently hanging out with, like now I'm not thinking I'm best friends with my ex at this point. And I'm this whole conversation, I'm thinking like you're friends with your ex, meaning that like you guys are cool and cordial, not
oh
necessarily
yeah,
getting together all the time, kikiing, ha
yeah,
ha,
having
like
drinks, yeah,
yeah, that's not necessarily what I mean. Like they're still, a part of they're still a part of your life. Occasionally you guys might like see each other or whatever, but I'm not saying like this person is your best friend. I'm not talking like you and Zach and Ty or whatever, me and Shantae,
yeah.
like, is that then different?
In that situation, I would just need to see their interactions
Yeah.
because you would be able to tell. Like if you guys are looking too deep in each other's eyes, like come on, like that's
You
weird. You know
you're
what
totally right. The energy in
I mean?
person.
Yeah,
That
you
energy.
feel it.
Yeah.
If
Y'all are
you
You
feel
reminiscent.
touching on
awkward,
his arm, like yeah, I'm not.
what was that? The song with Drake and Blue, whatever, and he's
Oh,
like,
where he's
You're
like,
I know
still
that kind of
mine.
hug,
I
the
know that
kind of
kind
hug.
of
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No.
Those are the same kind of
That
hugs I
is
used to give.
so
Yeah.
toxic. I hate that
Right.
song. I
Like
loved
you
it.
know the feeling though.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I can respect that for sure.
Every guy knows that hug too.
Bro, I swear, if I was in that
Every
situation,
guy knows that hug.
like let's say that I'm over here talking to some chick and we're in the situation where I'm like, okay, yeah, you guys are cool, you and your ex are cool, whatever. I just want to like feel the vibe of the situation, whatever. And I see that hug, bro, I'd walk out on the spot. Like,
he gives a little like you know when you give the hug and you do like the little
the shimmy's fine.
The shimmy
or the shimmy, I'm okay with the shimmy. It's the lower back. Like
the lower
there
back.
There you go. I was like, is that shimmy?
Put it there.
Or the leg kick. If you see her put her leg up a little, it's like, all right, you're a little too excited to be hugging on her.
It's a rom-com now.
Okay,
what are we doing?
Yeah. The shimmy I'm cool with though. Like,
I don't feel like the shimmy's intimate, but the lower back
one, I got a couple guy friends. Yeah.
Even if it's not the lower back, it's
that lower back.
It's the linger
arms over and the underneath hug from the guy where it's like a big you know what I mean?
I got you.
It's a giant embrace.
Yeah.
I don't like
Now this is good to know because I generally like to hug up top anyways. This is just in general with hugging. Like I always like to go over. But now I'm going to think about that. Like I don't want to send the wrong idea to like this person that I might be courting. Like, do I go sideways?
Always side hug.
You have to.
No, you just
I'm gonna start dapping up.
Say, hey, what's up? You just
Like I'm all about hugs. Like the embrace is everything. But
I love hugs. That's
I'm not gonna send the wrong signal to disrespect who I'm with. Period. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's a good point. I'm gonna start one hugging folks.
Yeah, because it's just like
I get the side hug.
Like we're cool.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong with a side hug.
Never go wrong.
Never.
Or a regular
hug
with 3 pats.
Down. You can't get mad at me.
If they have a special handshake, that shit's over. You should just go wherever you're doing like some kind of crazy handshake, you should be like, yeah, this is it for me.
But you're really just sitting there watching like, wow, okay, wow.
With the clown on your face, just
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Insert SpongeBob meme. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
I want to go to another question if we have time. We had someone on IG actually ask this question to us, and it basically asked, in a romantic relationship, what's more important to you, financial or emotional security?
Probably emotional, I would assume.
Yeah, for me, it's emotional. Like I want somebody to, I could care less about the money aspect of it. As long as you're supporting me and everything I'm doing, like, and you're invested, I could care less about the money thing. Money comes and goes. Like, who cares about that? If you really show me that you're somebody that's down for me, you're loyal, you're doing all these things, I could care less how much money you make.
Yeah.
Now I want to propose something real quick in relation to this, because I actually listened to the read last week and they had a question kind of surrounding this. This woman has been writing for her man through 3 failed like business entrepreneurships. Like, I support you. I'm a whatever dreams, whatever. And he's quit his job so that he could follow these endeavors. She's been by his side the whole time. The 3rd one is just failed. And she's like, yo, I'm tapped out. Like financially, I do not think I can keep doing this, but I do love this man. Like what if it's breaking the bank for both of y'all? Like, what if you guys are going to end up out on the streets? Like, is enough? Like,
no, you need to tell him to go fucking apply at Best Buy.
Yeah, get a job. Sounds like Insecure.
Like, I understand supporting I said the F word, but I understand like supporting somebody in their dreams, but at some point there's a line, right? Like I can't just keep financially supporting you doing these things if they're not going to return any value, especially if it's 3 times. Like 1 time, okay, 2 times, oh, all right, but 3 times.
But 3?
3 times is a little wild.
I think it's almost,
you got to pick a better business plan.
It's very inconsiderate on the man's part as well, that he's not understanding that, clearly entrepreneurship is not your strong suit and it's taking a toll on your relationship. I get
that was our timer.
Where you want the support. Sorry. I get where you want support from your significant other, but at a certain point, like you have to own up to your own situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
This reminds me of season 1 of Insecure.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, it literally sounds like Insecure.
Where he's eating cereal in his underwear on the couch and not doing
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does a good
Lawrence.
job at Best Buy. I'm
Lawrence.
sorry, like I can totally understand why she cheated on him. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be upfront. Like I don't know that I'd have done the same thing, but like
Hey, next time we have a collab pod, we're gonna bring that "when is it okay to cheat" conversation up.
he wasn't taking care of
That
me.
is spicy.
That's the good question. I like that. I like that.
Jasmine,
Let's do it.
before we sign off, for you, what is more important, financial or emotional security?
Emotional. I've thought about this. I also have been in a relationship where finances were not at all either of our strong suit. And I love that man to death and vice versa. So I definitely would much rather be emotionally stable than we weren't even emotionally stable now that I think
about to
about it.
I think you just like chaos.
I was just like, oh, now that I'm reminiscing.
Where was the security?
Yeah. Overall though, I will say emotional, because at the end of the day, I can take care of myself. I always have. I've never depended on someone else. So like I'm gonna always be good financially. I just need somebody who's gonna love me as hard as I'm gonna love them.
Right.
Love
That's
that.
get
on
that.
period.
Oh, I like that answer actually.
Mhm.
That's a good one.